Hello, chess friends, and welcome to Zarov's Chess channel, and welcome to my chess tactics and chess puzzle series. So in this series, we see all of the possible tactical motifs that can happen in a chess game, and today I wanted to show you this very nice and effective annihilation of the defense. So there are these positions in which your opponent simply relies on this very firm pawn structure, very firm fortresses, like building it with pieces, pawns, and similar ideas. But in order to keep this game rolling, you should find the key defender in your opponent's position. So this key defender, it can be sometimes a pawn, but it can also be a piece. And when you understand what is the key defender in your opponent's position, it's really easy then to find the next move. So here I already set you up a position, and although black has here a very nice fortress with this c5, e5, and this bishop on d4, well, you have to understand that the key defender in black's position is this bishop on d4. So in order to find the breakthrough here, we have to remove the key defender. So let's see now if that's possible. So if we play rook takes on d4 and rook takes on d4, now we have a very nice check. Rook takes on e5. Of course, black cannot escape here on the 6th rank, so black has to take the knight on g4, and now we have a very nice and effective checkmate with the pawn here on f3, or maybe with the same idea here to play e3. So if you try after rook takes on d4, king on e6, of course that doesn't bring you so much because we have rook takes on e5, king on f7, rook takes on d7, rook takes d7, and now rook takes on c5. Of course, white has a completely winning endgame here. So let's go back. Here you see it could be a complex position. Most of us would play maybe something like knight on e3 and similar ideas, maybe h3 in order to protect the knight. But you see, when you see that your opponent simply relies on this very nice defensive structure here, you should remove the key defender and try to win the endgames, of course. So let's see now another example, and here I wanted to first pause the video because I want you first to understand what is the key defender in black's position here. And when you find this key defender, of course it's easier for you to find the next move. So of course the next move and the correct move is bishop takes on f6. So if you play bishop takes on f6, then you have queen on h7, then the king has to move an f8, and of course we have queen takes on f7 with a checkmate. So here e takes f6 has to be played, and now we have again queen on h7, king on f8 has to be played. And here I want you to pause the video and find this nice move here, which really opens the position and destroys black's defense. So I hope you find this move because it's really hard to find. It's not so easy. The correct move is knight on e6. F takes e6 has to be played, and now knight on f4. If you try rook on f7, then you have knight on g6. The king has to move. Now we have queen on g8, and the queen and the knight are really working perfectly together. That's really something that you should know in chess, because the knight and the queen, they're deadly. They can maybe outplay even 5 or 6 pieces if they're perfectly placed. So here bishop on f8 has to be played, knight takes on f8, rook takes on f8, queen on e6. Now the king has to move here on d8, queen on d6, maybe king on e8 again, but now rook takes on c6, rook c6, queen c6, and now I hope you realize we have now a completely winning endgame. We have now 6 pawns as white, black has only 3. So here after knight here, instead of rook on f7, maybe rook on e8 can be played, but now again knight on g6. Here the king has to move on f7 then, but now we have a very strong move. Rook takes on f6, king takes on f6, rook on f1. The queen has to cover here with on f5. We have e takes f5, and now you can go pass through here with e5, but now we have maybe queen on h4, and of course this is again completely winning for white. So, of course, at the end of the video, here is one chess puzzle for you to solve at home, and it's really easy. But first of all, you should, of course, understand what's the key defender in black's position. And when you find the key defender, it's easy for you to find the next move, and of course, the winning sequence, the winning tactical sequence here for white. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Meanwhile, you can watch my other chess tactics and chess puzzle series, and you can also watch my basics in chess, in which I explain you all opening principles, middle game strategies, and the end game strategies. And you can also subscribe to my channel. Thanks you for watching, and chess is the best, of course.